Kindness versus niceness. We consider these two things to be interchangeable, interwoven, and really meaning the same thing. But, and I've said it so many times, and I find myself returning to this because it's such a public health threat. Why? Because when we consider kindness to be niceness, we're less likely to adopt it. We think it's the foolproof method, the foolproof, surefire way of being taken advantage of being considered a weak, naive, inexperienced person, when actually there is a massive distinction between the two. And so here it is. This is my take. Kindness versus niceness. Niceness is a cultural construct across societies, across communities in the world that maintains and preserves the status quo. What do I mean by that? It's there to preserve or protect or even hide people's real intentions, or to keep balance and peace in an otherwise difficult situation. You can be nice to someone by telling them, yes, that does look wonderful on you, or that does look great, or you did really, really well, because you want to preserve the relationship, but you don't want to necessarily promote or be a part of their growth. So it's actually a way of protecting people from discomfort, from confrontation, and oftentimes from growth. So I see it more as a trauma response. I see it more as a performative cultural norm than a superpower with value. And oftentimes it doesn't really require too much from you. Consider the idea of the stiff upper lip. Now, that's not just exclusive to British culture. That really is a reflection of the universal practice of seeming interesting, seeming likable, seeming lovely, seeming sweet, seeming nice. That only doesn't really take much. It just requires you to hold up the appearance of being amiable, holding up the appearance of being sweet and more consumable. How is that sincere? And how is that really conducive to real value, real impact, and real benefit to the world? Because if you're just performing, what value are you giving to others? Niceness is remarkably passive, whereas kindness is elevated humanity. It is active, it is sincere, and it is always conducive to a fruitful, worthwhile, logical end. It is the practice of improving and elevating and transforming situations with genuine presence, with depth, with sincerity, and with miraculous outcomes. It is triggered by empathy, not by the intention or the desire for performance or for getting something out of someone or getting something favorable from a situation, unlike niceness. It is regulated by emotional intelligence. It reads the room and understands with depth, because of that empathy, what the situation requires, and it acts with generosity. That is the complete formula for problem solving, for responding, for beautifying and deepening and preserving relationships, because it always has a fruitful outcome, for it is fortified with generosity, presence, integrity, and sincerity.